Major roster moves were made over the weekend during the Chicago Cubs Yankees series. Yankees made a number of roster moves with some call-ups, some DFAs to bolster the team as we head into the final stretch of the regular season. And we're going to talk about it, rap about it right here at Yankees Digest, bring you all things New York Yankees. But before we do that, you know what time it is. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Closing in on 2,000 subscribers. We're well over 1,800. Let's continue to bridge that gap between the unsubscribed and the subscribed. Right here at Yankees Digest, bring you all things New York Yankees. But we got to dive into some of these moves that took place over the weekend. And shout out to the Yankees official Twitter or Twix or X, whatever you want to call it. This was prior to one of the games over the weekend. Clarke Schmidt made his triumphant return, as you guys saw in Game 2, with that co-win over the Cubs with him and Nestor Cortez, who's moved to the bullpen as he should, as well as Ian Hamilton. He has made his return to the bullpen. We're going to dive into that as well. DFAs for my main man, Nick Birdie, and another for Phil Bickford. So they are both headed to the DFA land, or DFA world, while Schmidt as well as Ian Hamilton have been activated. And I love both of these moves. And again, you love what you saw from Clarke Schmidt. We dived into that in a previous video with him and Nestor combining for a very, very impressive win at Wrigley Field. But again, all that's going to do is continue to help the Yankee rotation, because again, Clarke Schmidt, you know what he brings to the table when healthy. He has proved to be one of the best pitchers in baseball. And again, that is going to just bolster and give Aaron Boone more options come postseason time when he's putting together his plan to get the Yankees that 28th pennant. And again, you love what you saw in Game 2 from him. And again, with Ian Hamilton, again, a guy that I have been a massive fan of. I love what Ian Hamilton gives you at the back end. This is a guy who is a future closer in my eyes. Who can close. I mean, you love what Luke Weaver has done, stepping in, getting a save during this series. I believe that Ian Hamilton, who has a save, I believe he got one last year. I believe Ian Hamilton can save games. He's got that type of wipeout back end stuff that can dominate hitters at times. And the Yankees definitely missed him when he was out on the IL with his health issues. The Yankees absolutely missed him. And again, what have I always stated throughout the inception of this channel? You can never have enough arms in the bullpen. And you got two guys who you could go the route of, okay, these are just going to be setup guys. Like that bridge to get you to the 8th and 9th inning, to get you to the high leverage innings. You can just slide those guys in there, or you can use both of these guys at times. You can have Clarke Schmidt be an opener to give you a 4 innings or 3 innings if you want to do a bullpen game come postseason time. Or if you need somebody to eat up middle innings in a tight game where the starter is iffy and give you an performance. You have options. What you always want to have come postseason time, where you're going against the best teams, the best pitchers, the best hitters, the best managers. You want to have options coming out of that bullpen. The last thing you want to do is to be pigeonholed to maybe 1 or 2 options coming out, because the opposing manager sees that, and chances are you're going to get outmaneuvered or outchessed or outcheckered in that situation. But guys like Ian Hamilton, guys like Clarke Schmidt, who have showed time and time again they can be reliable. The opposite of Clay Holmes. The opposite of a number of guys who have been DFA'd throughout the season out of that bullpen. You want this. You absolutely need this if you're Aaron Boone, if you're Hal Steinbrenner, if you're Brian Cashman, if you're Yankees Nation. You want this type of firepower at your disposal in a winner-take-all wild card game, or an extended grueling series against a formidable opponent come tournament time. The Guardians, the Angels, not the Angels, the Guardians, the Astros. That's what I meant. It started with an A and from the West. The Astros, the Guardians, the Mariners, the Royals, whoever. You want options, and let's dive into the numbers with my man Ian Hamilton. I love me some Ian Hamilton. Yeah, I really do. He is one of my favorite pitchers for the Yankees. This is a guy that's bounced around and has really found a home in the Bronx. He's only allowed one long ball all year. He's battled injuries, but I'm telling you, man, when Hamilton is right, he's got wipeout stuff. I mean, you found some gems, some journeymen, and some guys that have been around the way for a bit with guys like Luke Weaver. Gem right there, who got a save during the series, during the Cubs series. Cousins, one of the best sliders in baseball right now. Got a gem right there, a hidden gem that you've uncovered. And I'm telling you, Ian Hamilton is another one. He's going to get his slow clap. He's going to get his flowers on this episode of Yankees Digest, bringing you all things New York Yankees. I love me some Ian Hamilton. And the fact that he's back now, battled injuries, but he's back, it gives Boone more options. Because, again, the back end of the Yankees, a lot of question marks. There is no de facto closer anymore. It's not Clay Holmes. It's not. Clay Holmes is best served as a setup man right now. Because with everything on the line, in a winner-take-all, I'm not putting him out there to close. With a 1-run lead, a 2-run lead, a 3-run lead, a 4-run lead, I'm not putting Clay Holmes out there at the very end of a game. Maybe again in the 7th or 8th inning to help get you to a guy that you trust a little bit more. Like, if you were to ask me right now, everything at stake, you need 3 outs to take it on home, and because of usage or because of wear and tear, because of injury, it's down to Clay Holmes to close it out or Ian Hamilton to close it out. I'm choosing Ian Hamilton. Clay Holmes to close it out or Clarke Schmidt to close it out, I'm taking Clarke Schmidt. I'm taking both of these guys who have been activated, taking both of them to give you what you need to bring it on home in an October game with everything on the line, chasing that 28th pennant. Because I trust both of these guys more than Mr. Clay Holmes, who has a PhD. You guys know what I call him. He has a PhD in blowing saves. 11 of them. 11 times he's proven all of us fools by blowing a game that the Yankees should have won. So, and again, further proof that this is a move that needs to take place. Again, look at those standings. Just look at those standings. Look at those standings. The Yankees are only a half game up for first place in the AL East, and it's going to be small moves like this. DFAs here and there, call-ups here and there. Guys, you scoop up off of waivers. It's going to be a move here and a move there, a move here and a move there that is going to decide this division. And again, the Yankees want to stay out of that wild card round. Trust me, they want to. I'm going to keep saying it until I'm blue in the face or as blue as this t-shirt or this hat. The Yankees want to stay out of that wild card round. They want to be in that divisional round and guarantee themselves at minimum a 3-game set. So again, you can't say enough about the activation of these two. You saw Clarke Schmidt. Although he was on a pitch restriction, and again, it was a blessing because it allowed Nestor to show what he can do in that relief role. And man, oh man, was he money! He was money. We covered that in the previous video. Those are the type of moves that need to be made around this time of the year. Moves like this right here, a call up or activation, whatever you want to call it, of guys that you trust and guys that can get critical outs come postseason time. And these are two guys that have the stuff to do just that and help bring that 28th pennant home to the Bronx where it belongs. But that does it here. That does it for this episode of Yankees Digest, bringing you all things New York Yankees. The postseason is rapidly approaching. And a ton more content and videos are headed your way. And we're going to bring you guys everything because that's what we do. This is Ugo Onyianta with Yankees Digest, bringing you all things New York Yankees. Come on back. Come on this journey. We'll be waiting for you. Peace.